Hello, guys. I'm helping someone with their PC problems. I'm not really talking right now. I'm busy typing to someone. Hello, Anna. It's helping someone with their PC problems. They're working in IT. I know my shit. You guys can hear me just fine, right? Oh, it's Ed. Oh, you're on your girlfriend. You're on your girlfriend's account right now. Yeah, he was in here earlier. That's good. That's good. Yay! Oh no, Ed. I'm your best defense during a zombie apocalypse. Got so much experience playing these games and being in the military, owning guns and shit. I'm your best fucking bet. I know. Alright, nice mem. I'm eating right now and just chilling. Now I'll play. Yeah, just 2 more weeks, Ed. 2 more weeks, and I'll be back on my main channel. The other one you subscribe to that has over 1,000 subscribers. I'll be back on that in 2 weeks. Pretty damn close, you know? Hello. Sounds very fucking cool. So how long and your fiance been together, man? And how old are you? Nice. Yeah, I saw that a while ago. It wasn't bad. Bad. Probably wouldn't watch it again. I'd rather play the games. The games are so much better, especially the classics. Yep. Hey. Gay. Yeah. I mean, just watch it, man. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Alright, sure, man. I may not be here, honestly, because I've been up for a while. Once I finish eating, I'm probably gonna play like for another hour or two. The most, and I'm probably gonna crash. Alright, see you, man. Take care. Fucking you. Hello?
Hello?
Hear me just fine?
Hell yeah. What's up, dude?
Alright, now did you detect both GPUs?
Yeah.
Alright, obviously you're not installing a new graphics card, so do the other option for installing a new driver.
Okay. So, mm, all I see is, the log for the two GPUs. I see clean and restart, clean and do not restart, clean and shut down. Um,
Did you download your GPU driver?
uh, the latest one you're saying?
Yeah, the latest one that supports the 560 Ti.
No. Let
Yeah,
me let me
yeah,
check
go do that.
GeForce.com.
Yeah, go do that. Download that driver. Just put it on your desktop, whatever. Then
Okay.
run DDU. Just, clean and restart. And
Okay.
once it restarts, install your driver, the one that you download from NVIDIA site. Just be safe. Restart again after you install the driver. Okay.
Okay. So two reboots, like you said.
Well, after you download the GPU driver, run DDU.
Yeah.
Hit the clean and restart option. That will be your first reboot. Once it reboots, install your new driver and then reboot it again. So yes, two boots.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Boot.
So I go to GeForce.com and I go to drivers and click on auto detect your GPU, right?
No, man. Hell no. Pick. You know what you're on, right? Like what operating system you're on, what GPU you have. It's easy, man.
Yeah, it's Windows 10 64-bit.
There you go. Then you'll see like I ask you for the operating system, what GPU you have, all that shit, dude.
Yep. Um,
Cause I wouldn't trust that all detection bullshit. So much better getting the one that's 100% guaranteed.
oh, okay. So manually look it up.
Yes.
Okay.
Like I said, it will ask you for your operating system, what GPU you have, all that shit.
Okay.
Simple.
So how's your day been going, by the way?
It's going okay, I guess.
Meh. More trolls today?
Jules.
Okay, that's good, I guess. Um, let me see. Okay, so I'm over here at manual driver search to go to GeForce 500 series.
Yep.
Okay, hold on.
And then select the 560 Ti, obviously. Because what I'm not understanding is that he gave you the, when you bought the system off of him, didn't do anything to it. You just boot it up, try to run the game, and you got that weird glitch. That's why I asked you, did it happen to him before you got the
Well,
system?
no, before I was just moving some stuff that I didn't know what I was doing, I guess. So that was my fault. But when
Probably, because
you told me to disable SLI, that got rid of like the blue flickering stuff.
he actually
So
told you to disable SLI because he probably couldn't install it correctly. Is that why?
yeah, probably.
Because I mean,
So right here,
if he gave you instructions to disable it, then why the hell did he even build an SLI system in the first place? Because did he build it or did he also buy it pre-built?
now he built the whole thing.
Well, if he built the
Well,
SLI
because
system and he's telling you to disable SLI, then why the hell is he built it in the first place? He must have no idea what he's doing, probably. That's a lie.
I don't know. He wasn't. He didn't play like very graphically intense games. He just played like League and fucking Counter Strike. That's all I know.
Well,
So
if you plan on playing more demanding games, SLI will come in handy if the game supports it. You can get a bit more performance. Two GPUs working together. As long as the game
well,
supports it, and scales properly. Obviously, if the game doesn't support it, you probably can get, frame drops, lagging, stuttering
um,
probably. If the
well,
game
I'm not
supports
trying
it,
to play like I'm not trying to play like Overwatch or like Call of Duty or any of that stuff. Just simple games like Assassin's Creed 2 or Unity or some shit like that. Um,
wait, Assassin's Unity, the new one, that's like what, 2015, 2016, I think? What year did that come out? Unity?
yeah,
Yeah, that's
14.
yeah, that's fairly demanding. It's extremely demanding for a 560
Yeah,
Ti, dude.
I don't think it's gonna run it anyway.
It may
I mean,
run it, but it may
I bought
run
it
it.
on sale for later use, like when I get a better GPU. But
Well,
I don't think this thing's gonna run it.
it may run it, but you're probably gonna get frame drops, and you have to lower the settings quite a bit. Pretty open world game, you know. But
Yeah, not even.
if you're running SLI, you might get a bit more performance out of it and make the experience just a bit better. It's still not gonna be great performance, but it's better than just running one GPU and getting way worse performance. I mean, it might
Yeah.
support SLI. I don't know.
Okay.
Because
Um.
these days with all new games, most games don't even support SLI. Like the developers don't even want to fuck with it because most people are running single GPUs. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Um,
That's true.
but back then, though,
So.
back in like 2010 to like 2012, there was many games that supported SLI because
Mhm.
developers wanted to hit both markets. But even then, there wasn't that many SLI users or single GPU users. Because I've owned 3 different SLI systems. I know a lot about SLI.
Nice.
Yeah. Like I said,
So
my last SLI system was 2 GTX 690s and quad SLI 4 GPUs. That was an expensive system.
just in the GPUs
Well, yeah,
or
yeah, yeah, yeah.
everything.
The GTX 690 was a dual GPU card. It's 2 GPUs on
Uh.
on one board. I was running 2 of those, so that's quad SLI,
Mhm.
4 GPUs. The hell of a system, dude.
Okay.
That's the reason why I have a 1200 watt power supply.
Yeah. All that overclocking and stuff.
Not just
It's
that, because
probably
running
demanding.
where you're running 4 GPUs, that's gonna eat up a lot of power, dude. That's why I have a big power supply. The GTX 690s alone can eat over 600 watts just alone. That doesn't include the CPU, the motherboard, none of that. The overclocking, none of that. That's just the default, stock settings of two 690s working together. 600 watts or more. Because one 690 ate 300 watts, dude. And when you overclock those
Okay.
six, and when you overclock the 690s, it can eat maybe 700 to 800 watts, and that's just in the GPUs alone. That does not include the CPU, the RAM, the motherboard, the hard drives, none of that, dude. It was a beast of a system, dude, at the time. The 690 was king for I think like 3 years, dude. It was a legendary card. you
Yeah,
know?
I read that online too. One thing though. So here for manual driver search, I see a GeForce and it shows like Titan and all that stuff. And I got a GeForce 500 series
Yeah,
selected. I got
five.
Windows 10 64-bit and English. And
Did
then that's
yeah,
it. Just press start search.
but the F560 Ti
Yeah,
selected?
I got a 560 Ti, but I don't see it on. All I see is 500M series, 500 series, 600M notebooks.
Yeah, it should be under
Oops.
500 series, dude.
Yeah, I got that selected then.
Yeah, then there should be
Also,
another drop down for the actual specific GPU.
man, it's not showing me that right here. No.
I'm gonna go check.
Below just GeForce 500 series, it just shows GeForce 500M series and then parentheses notebooks. That's all it's showing. Side.
Okay, so I guess Nvidia kind of bundled the driver for all the 500 series together with all the old. I think Nvidia did that for all the old gens, last gen cards and shit. I think they
Hmm.
bundled them all together in like one driver, so that's fine. Just
Okay,
GeForce 500 series, 1060 Windows 1064 bit English.
okay. I started it. The results were Let me see. Top one is the recent one is version 391.35. Release date was March 27, 20.
That's fine. Great. Yeah, grab that one.
Okay.
Yeah, just grab the newest driver.
All right. Download. Run. It's a good thing I got big internet.
Weird, because the 700 series and 600 series you can actually select specific GPUs. I guess 500 and lower. I guess they bundle them together. I guess.
On your side, when you pick the 600 and 700, it lets you pick the individual ones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then you're probably right when you said they bundled it together for the 500 series.
Yeah, for the
Or below.
500 and below. Yeah. So that's what it looks like to me.
Mm-hmm. So the other day I was like when you go to GeForce's website, they're advertising the 2080
You stupid
series
fuck
new card.
Mm.
And then I remember I was in your stream the other day. I wasn't. I was just watching. I was doing something else, but you were saying like it wasn't worth the price point for like a 20% or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
going. Yeah, I mean, if you're on a 10 series card, you only get like a 20, like 30% boost for that price point. It's not worth it. Just because it has tensor cores and fucking ray tracing. Who cares about ray tracing?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, when anytime a new technology comes out, anytime a new technology comes out, the very first gen that has that technology, it's never gonna be awesome performance. It's gonna be like half-fast performance, just to showcase it. You should never ever buy into that. You should wait until the gen after that that's gonna run that technology even faster and better. You know, because the 2080 Ti, a 1200 fucking dollar GPU running ray tracing at 1080p, only 1080 fucking p, and games are dropping like into the 40s. What? That's not fucking worth it. Why would you pay $1,200 to use ray tracing just to get 40 to 50 frames per second on the most powerful GPU? That's not fucking worth
Yeah,
it.
that
That's
sounds kind of
well,
fucked up.
wait, cause back to my point. It's just a gimmick right now. It's just to showcase what they can do with ray tracing. Because yeah, it's cool. It looks like a CGI movie with the reflections, the better shading, and the lighting. That's great. But the performance
But
sucks
it
right
doesn't
now.
seem stable in FPS, right?
It's stable. It's just that it's demanding because it's still brand new. Anytime just tell or listen to that. Anytime a new technology comes out, never ever buy into it right away. You should wait to the next gen. Like I guarantee that the 30 series, coming out in like 2 or 3 years from now, or whenever it comes out, it's gonna run ray tracing like twice faster than this gen, and then will be decent performance. Because
Mm-hmm.
you guys know physics, FHYSX physics. I remember when physics was a brand new technology when Nvidia released it. Physics where you see shit move in the game, like if a character in the game is wearing like a shirt, and like the wind blows against the shirt, and the shirt kind of moves in the wind, like flaps in the wind.
Oh,
That's physics.
yeah.
I remember when physics was a new technology, and the very first GPU lineup to run physics had such shitty fucking performance because it was a new fucking gen. Gen after that ran physics fucking great, no fucking problem. It's always been like that throughout all the years when new technology releases and just gets invented. You know, just to give you an
Mm-hmm.
example, I remember when physics was brand new. In the very first gen, GPUs to run physics ran physics like absolute shit. It was just like a gimmick at the time to showcase it. And people bought into that shit. The GPUs that ran physics were so expensive at the time. I think like again in the $900 range. I mean, people just ate that shit up. Oh yeah, they turned physics on, but they're getting really bad frame rate compared to like what you're supposed to usually get in those games. Ray tracing is the same fucking thing. Yeah, it looks fucking pretty, it looks fucking great. But who the fuck's gonna use it in a competitive game because like Battlefield 5, that's a competitive game, player versus player.
Mm-hmm.
Who's gonna use it in that to get a bad frame rate? You're gonna have a disadvantage and you're most likely gonna die.
Okay.
Especially if they're gonna be running a 2080 Ti without ray tracing and they're getting like 200 frames per second, whatever, they're gonna decimate you. They're getting more frames on the screen, which means they're gonna have more time to react. So when you're coming around that corner and you're pushing like 40 frames per second, they're pushing 200, they're gonna have more frames on the screen, which means they're gonna have a bigger window to react and shoot you before you even see them, because you're getting less frames. You're gonna be like, choppy. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
It's always been like that in competitive games. People who run higher frame rates have a slight advantage depending on how good the players are. Like if you put two equal players together and they're both at the same skill level and they're both like really fucking good, the player running at 240 hertz monitor and if the GP's pushing that frame rate versus the other player running at 60 hertz, no 60 hertz, the 240 hertz player is gonna fucking decimate him. That's if they're at the same skill level and they both play the same. Like they're both. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Just to give you an example.
So the driver, it showed up, like the NVIDIA installer. It's saying checking system compatibility.
Wait, did you run DDU first?
Oh shit, I did. Let me
Yeah,
cancel.
simple instructions, man. I told you to run DDU first. The only reason why I had you download the NVIDIA driver, so you have it on your desktop for when you boot PC reboots, you can just run it right away. Instead of waiting to download it after you reboot PC. It's the only reason why I had you download it first. Have it downloaded right now. You understand, right? Yes, download the driver. Don't touch it yet. Just leave it on your desktop, whatever. Run DDU and uninstall your GPU drivers completely. Start your system like it says in the option. Once your PC reboots, then run the driver and reinstall your GPU drivers fresh. Reboot one more time. Real simple,
Okay. Hey.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, since I'm on GTX 1080, which is still a very, very good card, even to this day, I'm not probably gonna bother with the 20 series. I'm gonna wait it out for the next gen. Ray tracing is just a gimmick at the moment. Not worth it for the performance that ray tracing offers. I mean, yeah, sure, it looks fucking pretty. It looks nice, but performance is crap on it right now. It said it's brand new. It's still in the working stages. That makes sense to you.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
Okay. So
But yeah, I was helping Blaze and Fail troubleshoot his PC since he's problems. He missed a lot.
Oh, hey Tyler. Okay, so I canceled that shit.
And what's your ass still doing up, Tyler? Don't you have school tomorrow?
I do. But it's 11:10 my time.
Okay,
Okay.
so I canceled that
I saw
installation. So now I got it on my files.
Yeah,
I might have missed a lot of what you guys were talking about, but I seen that Blaze and Fatal text in the tech talk.
Well, I was also talking to him in DM too, so there was a lot you missed there too. Pretty much educating him on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Even in Tech Talk, I educate him quite a bit there, so you can learn from that as well, Tyler.
Let's see what you say.
Okay. Clean and restart.
Yes.
Let's see.
It's gonna, which means
to create a system restart point.
Pretty much, it's gonna uninstall your GPU drivers completely. Once it reboots, Windows is probably gonna install some fucking generic ass display driver, which is not a big deal.
Oh, oof. Yeah, trying to overclock is like one of the riskiest things that you could
earlier before you told me
to. Tyler?
I'm saying like overclocking in general is like one of the riskiest things that you can do.
Actually, these days overclocking your CPU and GPU is not as risky as it used to be. It's not even close. It's actually very easy these days now, since they pretty much hold your hand these days. What I was talking about specifically is overclocking RAM. It's very touchy.
Yeah, no, I've seen that.
That's a whole different animal. Overclocking the RAM versus overclocking your GPU and CPU is totally fucking different. There's a lot more shit you have to know when overclocking RAM. Because if RAM is unstable, your whole system's going to be unstable. You do not want that.
Right.
But CPU is fairly simple. You fuck with the multiplier and you mess with the voltage. Obviously, if it's not stable, you get a blue screen and you try a different setting. You still want to push the voltage too high. That's the risky part of CPU overclocking. If you push the voltage too high, you can fry your CPU.
Well, I'm just saying, like, for the people that are new with overclocking and shit.
I know, but even new with overclocking, as long as you're not touching the voltage and they're just touching the multiplier, that's perfectly safe. If it's not stable,
okay.
it's just the PC's just gonna shut itself off and reboot. The voltage is the most dangerous part to new people. The voltage, the higher the voltage, the more heat it's gonna generate. The higher the heat, it's gonna be unstable, and your PC could you can fry your CPU. You can damage it that way. Fuck with the voltage.
Right.
You don't know what you're doing.
So the Tri-Answer created a new restore point that came off, and at the bottom it showed no updates found. Program is up to date. So now I reboot, correct?
Well, you click clean and restart, right, to install a new driver,
Yeah.
right? Okay, yeah, that's fine. It should reboot automatically, actually.
No, I clicked it.
It's
Not letting me click it again.
I guess restart
Can
then.
that the program
That's
though?
fine. No, that's fine. Just restart, dude. Just restart manually.
Okay.
So yeah, like I said,
Okay.
you can push your CPU to 10 gigahertz if you want to. You know, as long as the voltage isn't jacked the fuck up, you won't even damage it. This won't fucking boot. You know, you go back to the BIOS and then pretty much either decrease the fucking frequency. You know. People don't fucking realize that just because you push the frequency so fucking high does not mean it's going to damage the CPU voltage. That damages the CPU and what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if it can't run at that frequency, it just won't run. The PC will shut down, go back into your BIOS. It will go back to your default clock speed. Fine. That's why when it comes to CPU and GPU overclocking, it's very safe these days. Back then, it was dangerous because you actually had to know what the hell you're doing. These days, overclocking CPU and GPU, yeah, you do know what you got. You do know what you have. You do know what you do. You need to know what you're doing, but not nearly as much versus back in the day. Shit has changed so much. The RAM, on the other hand, a lot more shit you gotta know with overclocking. Can't just push. You can't just push the frequency as high as you can. You gotta fuck with the memory timings, like the CL timings, like 3 different timings, the command rate. You gotta fuck with like the bus speed from the CPU, the BLCK CPU speed. They'll also be into account when overclocking RAM. It has to be all stable and working in conjunction. The CPU and RAM pretty much work together. Overclocking RAM, you gotta know a lot more. Yeah. That's why XMP profiles exist on RAM. Which pretty much what that is. It's a overclock that the manufacturer of that RAM puts for that RAM stick. All you gotta do is click on XMP, one button, you're done. It's an auto overclock because the manufacturer did all the hard work for you. That's why XMP profiles exist in the BIOS. You know what I'm talking about? XMP.
I do not know what you're talking about when you say that, to be honest.
Well, if you go into your BIOS, most motherboards these days it supports XMP. XMP is pretty much an auto overclocker for your RAM that the manufacturer puts on the hardware of the RAM module itself. So as long as the motherboard and the RAM supports both XMP, when you enable the XMP, it's going to read the data from the hardware on the RAM stick itself, and it's going to put the speeds according to what's on the hardware. So it's just a one-hit button. Enable XMP and overclocks your RAM to the highest rated frequency and timings that the manufacturer made for that module. Well, simple.
Oh, okay.
But manually overclocking your RAM to get even higher speeds than the XMP profile, or from scratch, like not supporting XMP, that's a whole different animal, and that's what I was talking about originally.
Yeah.
Yeah, because overclocking your GPU and CPU, it's a piece of cake these days. It's gotta be careful with these. It's gotta be careful and know. Yeah, it's gotta be careful. It's gotta be careful and know what you're doing with the voltage. Like what voltage is too high and what's too low. Stable overclock.
Okay, so I rebooted and I reopened display driver.
No, you don't have to. Once you clean your system out of the driver, you don't have to open the GPU again. Now install the GPU driver that you download from an NVIDIA site.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because display driver uninstaller. All that program does is specifically for uninstalling your GPU drivers
The
plainly.
unnecessary stuff, right?
Well, because I
Yeah,
mean, because
just
GPU drivers, there's all kinds of shit there, different spots on your computer. It's not like you can go into your device manager, right click on your GPU and just click on install. It's more to it than just that, you know. That's why DDU exists. It uninstalls and cleans your system of all the files in your system, not just the actual driver IDs. All the program files that are connected with that driver. Just cleans everything out. That's a good thing. That's why that's a great program to have. You should always keep that up to date if you plan on constantly uninstalling your drivers and shit for you. If you plan on buying new GPUs, that DDU is a great program.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, you already used DDU. You only gotta use it once. It cleans your PC out of the GPU driver completely. Since now you rebooted, now you just install the driver fresh that you download from the NVIDIA site. Good to go. Reboot your system and then go into NVIDIA control panel after reboot, and make sure SLI is enabled. And try running a game again. SLI and see what happens.
Okay.
Bro,
Because
SLI ain't doing nothing.
Because listen, since you guys are still new to PCs, SLI could be a fucking headache. If you don't know what you're doing, shut the fuck up, Tyler. You are, dude.
You're still
learning
things earlier on how to fix this. Like I thought it was a faulty like HDMI cord or like a HDMI slot.
And look at that, Blazin. The minute you came to me, figured out in like 5 seconds. That's a lie issue. Disable one GPU. Done. The game was working, right? How fast that was.
Yep.
Yeah, Tyler, you're still learning the fucking terms off the motherboard. There you are, dude. That's what you're still learning. Yeah, you never built a PC yet, dude.
It's unfortunate. I get it.
No, you gotta start somewhere, dude. That's good to learn the terms, so you know the actual technical lingo. That's good. That's where you want to start.
Like I didn't even know what
right now I'm currently at
until I figured that out.
Hang on. What'd you say, Blazin?
Right now I'm currently at. I went to the NVIDIA site and I downloaded the driver. It's saying, like at that.
Why'd you download it again? I thought you already downloaded it.
No, I had it. It's just the browser reopened when I rebooted the PC.
Yeah, but if you download it, it should be on your hard drive right now.
Yeah, it should be in your downloads.
Let me see.
Yeah, it has to be. I don't think Windows is gonna delete it out of the fucking blue. That'd be a weird fucking glitch.
Yeah, it would.
That would only happen if your hard drive was corrupted and it's pretty much dying on you. Well, that's the only way that lose files.
No, it's here. I got it. It's just installing.
Right, yeah, that's why I figured. So yeah, run that now. Start your driver fresh and then one more time just to be safe. You're running an SLI system. You gotta be extra cautious. If you run a single GPU, you don't have to reboot again. Single GPU, it's a lot safer. It's a lot more stable now. Like I said, I've owned 3 different.
91% now.
Yeah, because like I said, I've owned 3 different SLI systems. I know exactly how SLI operates. A lot of system. Why SLI? 4 GPUs at a time. Really gotta know what you're doing. Tyler ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, exactly, dude. You ain't doing nothing. You're gonna SLI a cock in the mouth.
Ooh.
I'm being toxic. What am I gonna do?
Right.
Yeah, I didn't see Velocity on my stream today.
He's a little bitch.
Bro,
Okay,
Velocity ain't doing
completed,
nothing, dude. He got hella salty yesterday, guaranteed. Man, Bill was just making a complete freaking fool out of him. It was legendary.
Yep. Did you install the driver, Blazin?
Yeah, it's giving me that checking system compatibility thing.
Okay.
And you know how those take a minute or 2.
Bill,
and make sure. And make sure, make sure you click on manual install and not the automatic shit. Uncheck the mark to like the 3 bullshit because you don't need it.
Okay. The custom
Yeah.
install.
Yeah. Click custom install. Just uncheck like the 3D bullshit and HD
3D
and
viewer
HD
thing
audio.
and all that.
Yeah, uncheck the 3D bullshit. Only leave like because I mean obviously the driver itself is gonna be grayed out. You can't uncheck that in physics pretty much. Uncheck the 3D bullshit and the HD driver, like the HD audio driver.
I can just leave the audio one on too, right?
You don't need to uncheck it. Yeah, you have a sound card. You have onboard sound.
Oh. Alrighty then.
I got a haircut today.
That looks
Good
pretty
for
fucking.
you.
That looks pretty fucking gay.
Oh, you're gay? That's cool, man. We heard sports here.
I'm just kind of surprised that
Bill,
NVIDIA still runs on
we're messing around. We're toxic.
Internet Explorer because they need Java or some shit.
Wait, say that again, Blazin'.
I was surprised that NVIDIA still uses that Internet Explorer Java type thing, you know, like for people who want to like click on the auto detect your GPU thing. Actually surprised.
What do you mean?
That's what I tried.
Well, when you click.
That's what I tried doing earlier before I contacted you. I was trying to, see what was needed for my system with the auto detect GPU thing.
Well, it was using internet.
But then you told me that
Internet Explorer.
Really work. Yeah.
You're using
Google
Internet
Chrome didn't
Explorer?
let me. No, I have Google Chrome, but I mean, like when I tried to do it on Google Chrome, it didn't fucking let me.
Yeah, that's 'cause you probably don't have the correct add-on run that.
Oh yeah, that's probably it then.
Probably what it is. Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with that dude. 'Cause what happens if it misreads your system and gives you the wrong driver and you install it and you start getting issues? That's why it's better just do it manually so you get the correct driver the first time 100%. Because honestly, that auto detect bullshit that's a lazy way out for stupid people.
Okay, so installation options, custom advanced, right?
Yeah, custom advanced. And yeah, just like I said, uncheck. Pretty much uncheck.
3D vision controller driver.
Yeah, uncheck it.
3D vision driver.
Check it. Then the HD audio.
HD audio.
Check it.
NVIDIA GeForce Experience.
Yeah. You can leave physics, leave the physics, and leave the experience.
Okay, so graphics, NVIDIA, and physics are checked.
Let's just make sure the 3D bullshit and the audio drivers on.
And then it's giving me an option: perform a clean installation.
Yes,
so
definitely.
Check or uncheck.
Definitely do that one. Definitely.
Okay.
Because you're on an SLI system, dude. Like I say, you want to take every precaution you possibly can.
Install. Yeah, I was trying to. I wanted to see if this rig could possibly, stream and render 60. It didn't. So.
Well, I mean, you can stream with that system, dude, but you're gonna have to like lower.
Yeah, I could.
Lower
I could just do.
Just can't stream at high
FPS.
settings. Yeah, you can stream 30 FPS. Probably.
I couldn't do 720p 60 frames though.
Well,
it cannot render 60 frames.
No, you can't. No, that CPU is so fucking shitty, dude. And I'm trying to remember the 500 series even supports NVEC. No, it does not. I think only the 600 series and up supports NVEC. The upper book pretty sure. Because NVEC pretty much allows you to stream off your GPU. So you're an SLI, you can actually if it's supported, you can actually dedicate one of your GPUs just to stream with, and then use the other GPU to game with. That's what I did on my old 690 system. Actually, so that was just when I was running 4 GPUs. I actually set one of my GPUs strictly for streaming. Like that's all that GPU did was streamed it, and I can stream with some insane settings. It's awesome. I mean, there are benefits of having an SLI setup, but now that my GTX 1080, which is a pure powerhouse, streaming and playing off that card at the same time, no problem. Because there's just so much headroom on that GPU.
Oh, you just have the regular one, not the TI one.
I got the 1080, man. For $400, dude. I got a killer deal, and that was around release. I have it for 2 years, dude. I got that for $400 fucking around release, dude. And I sold the cooler that was on it and installed a better cooler. I got a killer deal on that, dude.
SC version
Because when I got that,
is for like
because
600 on Amazon.
when I got, yeah, but this was around release, dude. I got the
Yeah.
1080 before the 1080 Ti was even out yet, bro. 1080 Ti didn't exist yet when I got this. Why would I even upgrade when I'm getting plenty performance out of this thing? Listen, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, that new Tomb Raider game that came out, you know it?
Yeah.
Listen, dude, I could play that well above 60 maxed out, bro, with anti-aliasing and everything, and I could stream it at 1080p 60. No drops, dude. Below 60, not even close. 1080 is still a fucking powerful ass card, bro. And Shadow of the Tomb Raider is very demanding. What does that tell you?
So was Rise as well.
No? Yeah, but Shadow of the Tomb Raider is even more demanding. Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Fucking jungles and shit.
Rise of the Tomb Raider, I got even higher frame rate in that game. Shadow, I'm getting well above 60, maxed out. I'm talking like ultra settings, dude, with anti-aliasing, while I'm streaming it at 1080p 60, like on the stream end, bro. And that's running Discord, OBS, you know, my chat bot in the background and the browser while I'm watching my stream back, dude. I'm never once dropping anywhere near 60 FPS. As far as my stream staying at a solid 60 FPS at 1080p, bro. I got a very powerful system. 1080, the 1080 is still a piece of a fucking card, dude. Why would I upgrade? I have any issues with it, you know?
Well, there's those people that are good with that, and then there's those other people where they just want the upgrade just to fucking have it. So
Exactly. I'm not like that, dude. Hell, I'm doing. Because honestly, if I want to get 1080 Ti, I could easily if I really want to. I just don't see a need to. I can wait up for next generation. Problem. Going from a 1080 to 1080 Ti, it's like 25 to like 30% performance boost. It's not a huge deal. You know?
And again, every bit counts, I guess.
Because my last, it depends on the games you play, dude, and like what you're expecting out. Like I said, dude, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I'm getting well above 60 FPS, dude. Maxed out with anti-aliasing, all that good stuff, dude. DirectX 12. While I'm streaming it, 1080p 60, dude. Demanding game. That's very good. Very good. A lot like when I play Left 4 Dead and like like Left 4 Dead for instance. Cap on that game, like the max that game like supports on the engine side is 300 frames per second. I could play Left 4 Dead at 4K, 300 frames per second, never drop one frame under that. I play Left 4 Dead a shitload. But honestly, I stream Left 4 Dead Resident Evil 4 the most. Games are old. So honestly, there's no reason to consider a 1080 Ti. You know? So I'm waiting out. I'm waiting out.
The other day that MU Paradise they stopped. Really surprised.
No, they didn't just stop.
I was reading online.
It's illegal. It's illegal what there are several sites out there that sell MUs, ISO files for like, games. I forget. I think it's like the government or whatever trying to shut them down because it's illegal. It's like it's like they try to shut down Pirate Bay and torrent sites because that's also illegal. Downloading movies, games, and stuff for free, it's illegal. Yeah, of course, if they're going to try to stop it, all of it. And Pirate Bay has been around for over 10 years. So. Back. Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised, dude. They're doing it illegal. Matter of time, you know?
I'm just trying to figure out where do I get the Resident Evil 2 and 3 ISOs now.
Or do you have them still?
I have the Resident Evil 2 one and the Code Veronica disc 1 and disc 2, but not part 3.
Well, yeah, just download download the PS1 emulator, ESXE.
I was trying to get it on Dolphin though.
I'm telling you right now, with the custom shaders, you can SXE, you can actually make the game look a bit better than what Dolphin does. I have Dolphin and the PS1 and the PS3 emulator.
Remember last time you were trying to help me with the EPSXE?
Yeah.
So it wasn't complicated. You were telling me, what to do. It was pretty easy, but
there's a lot of settings, dude. Also, when you're installing custom shaders, I know what you're doing. I don't think Dolphin even. Yeah, I don't even think Dolphin even offers custom shader files.
Dolphin, you can only customize the
I'm
full
talking.
screen resolution
No,
and aspect ratio.
No, I'm talking about custom shader files. Dude. I'm not talking about actual
They don't
settings in
offer
the
that.
program. Custom
They
shader
just
files
stick
is
to the
completely
basic
different.
stuff.
Custom shader files are completely different. They're very complex pieces of software, like files that people make to shade the file, like certain games out, so they look good, better than what they do on the native console. If we were just play directly from the PS1 or whatever. Shader files are completely different too. Like fucking like with the aspect ratio, the resolution, that's different, dude. Share files. You know what shares are, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's like I said, I played the shit out of all the classic Resident Evil games. Obviously back in the '90s, but like now, like on emulators, Dolphin, PS1 emulators, dude. From my experience, like using the custom share files and tweaking it just right on the PS1 side, it actually looks a bit better than the Dolphin version. That's why I was trying to tell you to get the PS1 emulator. I was gonna help you set it up correctly. Good. But listen, dude, I know that even if the games are old as shit, old as dirt, you may not think it's demanding, but since consoles and PCs are completely different, it actually is quite demanding. Trying to run games at high resolution or games at high resolution off of an emulator.
Mm-hmm.
It actually does take up more resources than it should. Totally
Well,
differently.
if Dolphin didn't work with this CPU, I don't think EPSXE will.
It's worth a shot, dude. Worst comes to worst, you can just turn down some settings. You know? But yeah, the FX series is really fucking shitty, dude. The IPC, which stands for instructions per clock, absolutely fucking terrible. Absolutely terrible. Bulldozer was a failure on release. You know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
Guitar. You know what I'm talking
I
about?
just put the settings,
Yeah,
to
the
what my
FX series.
laptop had. Like at the starting scene, for player Leon, the FPS counter would show 30, and then boom, it would go down to 5.
Yeah, because like emulators, when you're using an emulator, dude, you need a good GPU and CPU. You can't just half-ass it. You know, you can have the
I was just surprised though that with this rig, this thing didn't even run it stable, and
of
my
course not.
laptop, that APU like ran it somewhat stable, getting like 30, like 28.
With the
In
FX
some
series,
rooms with like five zombies, I was getting like
yeah,
five.
with the FX series is crap, dude.
Yeah.
No, the
I
newer
know. I was just
the
surprised
newer
though that this laptop APU
yeah,
slightly ran it better.
yeah, but
I was just very surprised.
the newer APUs are better than the FX series.
Yeah,
Because
that's why I'm getting the
which
the
AP
Ryzen 7.
which APU did you even have?
I had the hold on.
I'm telling you right now, when it comes to emulators, you
I
can
had the AMD 8700 one I had.
yeah,
Was
that's better than the FX chip, dude.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was. It's not.
It
It
couldn't
shouldn't
run
be.
RE3,
Well, it
which is
should,
pretty sad.
I mean, the APU isn't great, but it's still better than the FX series. I mean, it's not. It shouldn't be surprising, dude. The FX series is old. Really bad IPC, badly fucking made. It was a shitstorm from the beginning, dude. Even when it first released, Sandy Bridge, the 2000 series on Intel side was fucking decimating it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking 2700K, 2600K, and 2500K. Sandy Bridge. That goes back, you know. That was fucking getting way. The funny thing is, dude, the Phenom. You remember Phenom from AMD side? The Phenom processors,
Oh yeah.
which are a good deal older than FX series. Dude, they were trading blows for blow. They were trading blow for blow. FX series versus Phenom, and in some instances, the Phenom actually beat the FX series, dude. And Phenom's even fucking older. So let that sink in, dude. Just to kind of tell you how shitty FX series is, you know? Fucking Phenom was beating it out. Phenom.
Like the Phenom 2 and all that.
Yeah, I'm talking, yeah, like just in general, the Phenom processors, dude.
Right.
were fucking
Damn,
beating out the
FX
FX
get
series.
freaking annihilated.
I mean, some tests FX series pull ahead, but it's by like a little bit, dude. I'm talking like maybe about 1 or 2 frames per second, maybe 10 or 15 points in the synthetic benchmarks, which isn't shit. But in some other tests, the Phenoms beat the FX chips by a little bit. So if it's like, in line with an older gen like that, and it's supposed to be like a bit newer, that's a failure. That's a fucking failure, you know.
Right.
I remember when Phenom came out, it was very fucking good. Trading blows with Intel. And in some instances, it was actually beating Intel's side at the time. Like the top in line Intel versus the Phenom, which is like top in line AMD at the time. Phenom used to be an awesome lineup, but now it's so fucking old now. I think it's like what?
Right.
I think it's like what? 8, 9 years old now. That's fucking old. That is ancient when it comes to like hardware compared in general.
Right.
FX series, when did that even start? In like I think like 2012, 2013, like 4 years later, and the Phenom was beating it out still a little bit. It's just AMD fucked that up.
You
know?
did a good job, AMD. You did a good job.
Man, that should just speak volumes. You understand what I'm saying, Blazing? you know?
Yeah. At least they made that comeback with the Horizon, which saved
No,
them.
AMD. I know AMD did Ryzen smart. They did that well. They did.
Okay, that fucking
The job
graphics shit installed now.
installed now. Reboot your
Just
system now.
create a shortcut for Force Experience, and I'll just close it.
Give me the Ryzen Threadripper 1950X Dawn.
Okay, so now I reboot, right?
Yep. If you get the Threadripper X Tyler, that would be good for like rendering videos. Like I'm talking like 4K content video. Like if it's like long videos, good for streaming. But like on the gaming side, like on performance, you won't get as good as performance as like what I have, A700K or whatever. Just so you know.
Right.
Well, I mean, if the game happens to support that like insane amount of cores, and yeah, that will pull ahead. But these days, games depend more on high frequency and IPC. You know. So yeah, like 9 times out of 10, the 6700K is gonna beat out the Threadripper in games, dude. That I have.
Yeah.
Especially since I have it overclocked to 5 gigahertz, it's gonna fucking decimate it by like maybe 20, 30 frames per second, depending on the game.
Yeah.
And especially my RAM, 4.5 gigahertz, 4500 megahertz. That's some fast fucking RAM. You know, my 600K is loving it. Be them. It's laying back in that spa, fucking drinking this hand, just chilling.
Alright.
Versus these jackasses who buy like this 2133 and 2400 megahertz DDR4, and it took the fucking shit out of their high-end CPU and hold it back. And then they wonder why they're not getting as good frame rate as they should be getting, like compared to what they see on YouTube. It's because you got slow fucking RAM. Because these kids don't fucking realize that RAM plays a big fucking part in gaming. Not just about the GPU. Because a lot of these kids think, oh, I'm gonna buy a high-end GPU, I'm gonna be fine. No, you need a good CPU, RAM, and GPU. A good gaming experience. They all play a role. You get slower RAM, you're gonna choke your CPU, and guess what? When you choke your CPU, guess what's gonna happen? It's gonna hold back your GPU, and then you're not gonna be getting the full utilization of your GPU, low frame rate, or you can stuttering or whatever, or you're not gonna be getting the performance that you expect. You know why? Because you bought slow fucking RAM. You did a good job. Now take your ass back to the fucking store, refund your fucking RAM, and buy faster RAM.
You did a good job.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, dude, I decimate these fucking kids on the forums that act like that. I have a fucking field day with it. They get so salty, but guess what? I'm stating facts, and not a damn thing you can do about it. But cry like a bitch, because you know I'm right. You can argue all you want, but I'm right in the end, so it's whatever. Shut the fuck up and learn something, you know?
Okay, so I rebooted, so I opened, wait, do I open Control Panel now?
Oh, what, the NVIDIA control panel? Yeah, I open the NVIDIA control panel. Right clicking on desktop and go to NVIDIA control
Yeah.
panel.
Okay.
Let's make sure SLI is enabled and make sure all that's set up. Go to your actual 3D settings. Make sure everything's set up correctly.
Okay. SLI is disabled.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna disable like when you install a brand new Java or SLI, it disables it. It disables it by default. You have to enable it again.
Okay, well, the only option that lets me click is maximize 3D performance. So,
Or when you
still
wait, hang on. You can't enable SLI.
no, I can enable it,
Well, yeah,
but
enable
I'm
it
saying
then. Enable it.
under SLI configuration, all it's showing me that lets me click is maximize 3D performance or disable SLI. Next to that,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
showing
yeah, yeah. Maximize. Yeah, maximize.
auto select.
Yeah. It's clip it. Yeah, let's keep it on auto select. Because again, I mean, physics is good for the GPU, but just click on auto select. Pretty much what auto select does in that situation is, depending on the game, if the physics will be more supported by the CPU, GPU, it's gonna pick the one that performs better, most performance out of it.
Okay.
Oh
All
yeah,
right.
I just
So then
click
for
on auto
SLI
select.
configuration, maximize 3D performance is
Yes.
checked. Auto select on physics, and I'm gonna apply.
And go to your manage 3D settings too.
It's applying the changes to the SLI thing.
Yeah, make sure you apply that, of course. Yeah, and go to your
Okay.
manage 3D settings.
Okay. Okay.
Now, management mode, I would do optimal power, and under the program settings tab, I would select the specific games that you play a lot, and, and then under where it says optimal power for the preferred power management mode, then you're gonna
It's on
select
adaptive right now.
yeah, but pick optimal power.
Okay. Okay, yeah, there's optimal power, adaptive, and preferred.
Yes, pick optimal. And then after you pick optimal, click apply, and go to your program settings tab, which is next to global settings, right? You see a little drop down list, pretty much select the game that you play the most. So you're gonna do this for every game, and you go back down to that setting I just had you change for power management mode, and then you're gonna select prefer maximum performance. The reason why you want to do that because if you're just sitting idle at your desktop, you're not playing any games using your browser, you want your GPU to downclock. It's not generating as much heat. If you go to program settings, you set it for maximum performance. What that does for that game is when you run a specific game, your GPU is going to clock the highest it can possibly clock that it supports. Get the maximum performance out of it when you're playing that game. So do that for every game. Play a lot of.
Okay, optimal power is enabled. So now I'm just gonna minimize that. You said go to. Do I open up control panel? Just regular
No,
control panel?
dude. I just told you on the program settings tab right next to global settings in the manage 3D settings, dude. I never said minimize. Did you hear me say that? No.
Oh, program.
Program settings. That's what I told you. You select a program to customize. So just select whatever game that you play the most of. You're gonna do that for every game that you play. That a lot
I
of.
only got one game installed. About it.
All right, then select that game. Once it's selected, go back to power management mode and make sure it says prefer maximum performance. Click apply.
Okay, so it's showing select a program to customize. Let me see.
And just try and
Doesn't
find.
really show Assassin's Creed on here. All it shows pretty much is just Uplay or.
Or if it's not showing it, then click on add and then browse to the exe file. Assassin's Creed.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got it. Add selected program.
Yes, go to add and then just browse to where it's installed. Double click on the exe file.
Yeah, I got it. It's on here.
Okay. Once you have
so
it,
that's added.
Once it's selected, then make sure you select it in the list. Go down to power management mode and click on prefer maximum performance.
prefer maximum. Okay, that's it. Just apply.
And which game is it exactly? Which
Just Assassin's Creed 2. That's it. It's not a very demanding game. It didn't really have that many options in the graphics settings earlier when I was checking it. All I really had was like
hang on, man, hang on.
texture quality, character, shadow quality. Had multi something, and post effects or something. That's about it. Oh, and output.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, try running it though. It does say, it does say Nvidia did add an SLI profile for Assassin's Creed 2.
Okay. Okay, well, I did what you said. Power management, prefer maximum performance. That's all I change on here.
Yeah, click apply, obviously, so it saves the settings. Then try running the game, see what happens.
Just waiting for this thing to apply.
So I'm looking on the forums and it says Assassin's Creed 2 does support SLI now because Nvidia did add a profile for it.
Let me boot this shit up.
By the way, if you ever want to overclock your GPU, just use MSI Afterburner.
That's what I was trying to do earlier, but I don't. You're right. I didn't break anything. I don't think so.
Oh
You get like a blue
shit!
screen or like a black screen. Think of.
Damn, that's sad.
Okay, I'm just launching.
What's sad? What's sad? What's sad, Tyler?
Okay,
Alright,
so
so I'm watching basically like a test between the i7 8700K versus the i9 7900X. Freaking the 8700K is decimating the freaking i9.
What, in gaming?
Yeah.
Well, I know that. That's why I told you. Just because the CPU is newer and has more cores does not mean it's going to be better in gaming, dude. Because 9 times out of 10, when it comes to all those cores on the CPU, Tyler, they have to lower the clock speed. If the clock speed's too high, it's going to generate way more heat because there's so many cores working together. You know, there's more going on there, and then it's going to down throttle. You're going to lose a lot of performance. And it's not even going to be at that time. It doesn't matter if you're 5 gigahertz, with like 20 cores. If the CPU gets too hot, it's going to down throttle and down clock itself to like 3 gigahertz or something, just to pull itself up, and you're going to lose all that performance. What's the point of having 5 gigahertz?
Okay, so
Yeah, true.
so that blue like flickering thing is back when I launched the game. So do I just disable this whole thing again?
Yeah, just disable it.
It seems to be the big issue, pretty much.
Because I mean, you did a fresh driver install, so I mean, SLI should be working just fine.
It's a CPU thing then.
Maybe it's not 100% guaranteed because the problem you're describing is SLI related. I mean, it could be a bad GPU. Also a possibility. Like it's
Who
going
knows,
bad
man?
on you. But if it runs fine on a single GPU, then that's not a huge deal breaker. You always sell one of your GPUs. But that's fine. If you want to stream now, in OBS you can actually select a separate GPU to stream with. That's if cause I'm trying to remember. No, I don't think you can because the 500 series doesn't support NVEC. Only 600 series and up supports NVEC.
Yeah, so the most I'm probably gonna get is 720p 30 frames.
Yeah, that's why.
Definitely relative
That's why I thought only 600 series GPUs and up supports NVEC. No, you can't stream with your GPU. Only the 500 series.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's what I thought. And that
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that
like I said,
CPU, the IPC, playing a game and trying to stream off that fucking CPU. Good luck on that. You're gonna have performance drops like out the ass. I mean,
So
you could
earlier,
try.
like you said,
I mean, you can try
um,
streaming with it, and just lower the settings like on the streaming end. Like I think it's like ultra fast, or whatever, for the preset, like like through OBS, and then try like then try like 480 and 720p at like 2000, like 1500 kilobytes per second. You can try something like that, some pretty low settings, just to see how it
on the
performs.
laptop, when I tried streaming, let me only do 720p 30 at 8,000 bit rate with
8000.
no drops. Yeah, with no
Why would you?
drops
Why would you do 8000 720p 30?
because it was
That's
the highest one.
highest one. We mean
Yeah, that
highest
was the
one.
highest one. Of, that
We
was the
mean
highest
highest
bit
one,
rate it
dude.
let me select.
Yeah, but why would you go that high for 720p 30? That's a waste.
Well,
That's
I got the
stupid.
speed to do it. Why not?
I mean, why not? Because you're losing all that data, dude. It's not very efficient. That's why. Why would you use all that power to get no gains at all? It's stupid. I really gotta educate you on streaming, dude. Like just like on the ratios and the bit rates to use at like certain resolutions in bit rate, like frames per second. Because even 720p 60, 8000 is overkill for that. You know,
Mm.
because you need to understand, the higher the bit rate, dude, the higher the resolution and frames per second you're gonna need. Because if you don't have enough bit rate and you go crazy on the resolution and number of frames per second, it's gonna look pixelated. It's gonna look really choppy. Shit. But if you have like a lower resolution and lower frames per second, like what you're using 720p 30, 8000 is fucking overkill for it. Sure, it will look good, but you're not gonna be able to tell the difference past like what, maybe 5000 or like 45,000. Anything past that, you're not gonna even tell a difference at that resolution and frame rate.
Well,
Like,
I
cause
just
like
picked it because I got 35 uploads. I just fucking picked it.
because like the optimal, yeah, that's fine, dude. I'm trying to educate here, dude. Be efficient.
I know.
You
I
know,
know.
because like 720p 60, okay, 720p 60, the optimal bitrate for that resolution is like 5529 bitrate, exactly like on the dot. And 720p 30 is even less bitrate because there's less frames. Because like the fewer frames you have, the lower resolution, the less bitrate you need. That's just how it works. The higher the resolution, more frames per second, the more bitrate you need. Because more frames, it's a higher resolution. You understand?
Yes, I
Uh,
understand.
like like like
Now,
like 4K 60, like to get the optimal bit rate for that. I
yes, you have to
think
be very high. I know.
it's like I'm trying to remember. It's like it's close to 50,000 bit rate. So
Yeah.
and
Well,
and
I'm
and
not going to be streaming 4K for
well,
a while,
I'm just
so
giving an example. And then 1080p 60, the best bit rate for 1080p 60 is like 12 to 13,000. And 1080p 30 is like 8 to 9,000 to get to, like the optimal like best viewing experience. But I mean even at 1080p 60, you can get away like 5,000, 6,000. It will look decent. It just depends on what game you're playing. If you're playing like a fast-paced, first-person shooter game like Call of Duty, Left 4 Dead, yeah, you may see some pixelization, but nothing crazy at 5,000 bitrate at 1080p 60.
okay.
But if you're playing a game that was not where there's not a lot of movement on the screen, like it's one of those side scrollers or it's one of those adventure games where the camera's not being jerked around so much, then yeah, 1080p 60 at 5,000 is gonna look really good still.
Okay.
It depends on the game you're playing.
So now I turned on SLI. Told me to earlier.
Hmm?
Fixed the blue flickering thing. So that's off right now. The game booted up. The graphics settings. I have resolution set to 920 by 1080 at 60 hertz. Multi-sampling is off. Basync is off. Environmental quality is at 2. Texture quality is at 2. Shadow quality is at 2. Reflection quality is none. Character quality is 2. Post effects is off. That's all the options it's giving me for graphics.
Okay. Why are you trying to tweak the graphics
Mhm.
settings so you get higher frame rate?
Just to make it, somewhat stable, I guess.
Well, honestly, the first things first, dude. Anti-aliasing. That's usually a huge performance killer. You have it on X X what X8 X8X MSAA.
There's
Yeah, what are your
the only
anti?
thing that's The only thing that's giving me like a 2x or like a 4x thing is just the multi-sample, but that's off.
Yeah, multi-sampling. That's anti-aliasing.
That's
It says MSAA, right?
no, it doesn't say MSAA. It just says multi-sampling. That's all it
It
says.
says 2x. Well, I mean, that's what MSAA is. Multi-sampling anti-aliasing.
It's
That's
just
that's
showing
what.
2x, 4x, 8x.
Yeah, but
That's
listen,
all it's
dude.
showing.
The MS and MSAA stands for multi-sampling. That's what it is. Multi-sampling anti-aliasing. That's what it is,
Okay.
dude.
I'm saying that's off.
So it's 2x and 4. Oh, you have it off, or was it on
Yeah,
before?
it's completely off.
That's good, because that right there will give you a bit of performance.
VSync is off.
That's fine. And then we'll put the anti-stropic filter in. Which goes up to 16x,
There's nothing like that.
or
Like I
maybe
said
short,
earlier, that's off.
usually
The
short
only
for
list.
AF.
Let me repeat the list to you again. Resolution is 1080 60 hertz. The next option after that is multi-sampling, that's off. And then there's VSync, that's off. After that, it's showing environmental quality at 2.
Yeah, but
And texture.
the numbers don't tell me anything, dude, because I don't play the game. I have no idea what those numbers
Okay,
mean.
well,
What's the
the
max?
next
What's the max number? Like 5, 6, what?
the max for environmental is 4. Let me check the
Honestly, what you should really do, honestly, which this is basic, just turn everything down as low as you possibly can, and then see what performance you get, and then try maxing everything out as high as you can with AA off, of course, and see what performance you get. 'Cause the thing with doing this, what this would tell you, if you have really low settings, I'm talking like as low as you can possibly go, you're getting worse performance versus having everything maxed out. It's because your CPU can't handle it. Because the lower the settings you use, the more stress it puts on your CPU, and then the higher settings you use, the more stress it puts on your GPU. Not a lot of people, a lot of people don't fucking realize that. Well,
Okay, well, I set the
let the
quality options to 1, which is the lowest one.
Tyler,
And then there's just
got that?
reflection quality, that's
Yeah, I
none.
got that.
It's something to keep
And
in
then there's
mind.
just the last option is just post effects. It's off.
Okay.
So I guess now
So I'm saying,
just
yeah,
save it and
that's
just
it's
test
not.
it out.
I'm saying, yeah, just lower everything as low as you can possibly can and test it. Yes. And then test it at the highest settings possible, but leave AA off and VSync off. You don't need that. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, if the screen tearing bothers you, then yeah, then turn VSync on. So it's totally up to you.
Honestly, I don't even think I would notice that.
Okay. Well, trust me. If you got screen tearing, you would notice it. Or you get those random lines across the screen when you move the camera or whatever. You move anywhere in the game. You're just trying to keep up or whatever, and there's no VSync. It's going above your monitor's refresh rate. But if you're getting lower frame rate than your monitor's refresh rate, you're not gonna notice screen tearing even with VSync off.
Okay, so
Because
I'm
if
just
VSync,
running around here in the world, and
because if
what it
VSync's
looks like
because
is just
if VSync's off, getting more frames per second than your monitor's refresh rate, then yeah, that's when you can above your monitor's refresh rate. It's not capping. Pretty much getting extra data on the screen. That's why you're getting that screen tearing.
okay. So I'm just running around here, so like I'm seeing like 30 FPS, 40 FPS, stuff like that.
Hmm?
I'm pretty sure it's unlocked frame rate.
Yeah, VSync off, it's gonna be unlocked.
Um, that's about it. I mean, it's just
And now
that's about it.
try turning everything up maxed out for the most part, but leave anti-aliasing off, the multi-sampling that off. That's gonna kill the.
So I guess the next option I would go up for quality ones is just 2 then.
Yeah. No. Don't do 2. Do 4. Just max everything out. Leave AA off. What kind of performance you get. Yeah, I'm telling you, like right now, max everything out as far as you can. Leave VSync and anti-aliasing off. The multi-sampling that off. Like I said, turn the quality, turn all that up, dude.
Okay, well the quality ones are on all the way. The only other 2 is just post effects and reflection quality.
Yeah. Turn those on.
Sorry.
Turn those on.
Well, the reflection one, the high post effects is just on or off. So
Yeah, turn it on. Like I said, max it out, dude. Simple. kind of performance you get.
So like like in the loading screen, I'm seeing like 55 FPS, 57 FPS. But that's about it. Okay, well with those settings turned on, let me see.
Okay, now,
Seeing like
now do the same thing you did before. Run around the same area. Actually have something to compare to.
so with all those settings, at the highest ones besides like the anti-aliasing and all
Yeah.
that, I'm just seeing like 26 FPS, like like 30 and stuff.
Yeah, it's getting lower.
Yeah, it just
Because
seems
you
to be
gotta
like in
know,
the
dude, your
30s.
CPU and GPU, they're both not good, dude. So, I mean, it's the best case just to test both those out. I tell people all the
I
time.
mean, would it be different if I just overclocked the CPU a little bit?
Honestly, not really. Like, it'd be like a very slight difference. Not really good CPU. It's up to you if you want to overclock. As long as it's stable, try it. Touch the RAM.
Yeah, that's all I'm seeing. It's just like 26, 30. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, you can even try playing at 720p.
All right, well, let me try that next. I'll keep it at the same settings though.
Like, when it comes to gaming, when you increase the resolution and the graphic settings, it puts more stress on your GPU. If you play like at 4K, it doesn't do much at 4K. So your GPU does
Okay,
pretty much
well,
all the work. That's why I wanted you to test that.
I just put the resolution at 1280 at 60 hertz. So, and I
It's
left all the
720p.
other settings, on as they were. Yeah.
Might be okay.
All right.
Try it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, accept. All right. Let's do the same thing again. Yeah, I'm still saying the same performance.
Wait, are you doing 720p lowest settings possible?
Oh no, I'm at the high. I left the settings as they were. Oh, let me put them down. The
It's like
lowest one.
when it comes to like 720p and 1080p gaming, CPU is gonna do a little more than G. Playing like in a 4K, be doing. Well, when it comes to your
Okay,
system, because
well,
the 560 Ti FX chip, it doesn't make a difference. They're both old shitty. But like 720p, 1080p range, same as you. I'm not gonna see much of a difference. CPU, one that's a lot, like a good chunk of the work, not all of it. They're pretty much balancing out. FX here is just fucking shitty. And I could be seeing good performance.
well, with the
Especially,
720p output, with the
especially,
lowest settings I had earlier, I'm just
especially in
seeing.
a game like Assassin's Creed because of all the jaw call technique.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, because draw calls like I'm talking like a distance with textures from the distance, like kind of distance, and you see like trees and people, textures like far out in distance. That's what it draws. He does a lot of
Okay.
that.
Well, with that, at 720p, 60 hertz, with the settings all low, anti-aliasing, all that stuff is off. I'm seeing like 34, 36, sometimes 40, sometimes 50.
So are you getting worse performance or is it the same?
Seems like it's the same mostly.
Because pretty much you're pretty much bottlenecked at that point. Now, you have MSI Afterburner. You actually see your usage.
Mm, I don't have it open.
Open it and then open and have the on screen display go all over your game. Show your actual GPU, CPU usage, the temperatures, the clock speeds, all that shit, dude. You're getting that frame rate and CPU is like maxed out like 100%. GPU, you're fucked, dude. That can't do much other than upgrade.
Well, I mean, let me see. Download those applications. I was trying to overclock the
Entire fuck you.
GPU earlier, but
Thank you.
I don't think I did something right.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. It's overclocked currently?
No, I was trying to do it, but I didn't do it right. Just reset it to default settings.
Make sure if you do overclock, make sure it's linked so it applies to both GPUs. And honestly, dude, if you're gonna overclock, you should monitor your temperature. It's
I
like
think
even that,
I don't think this GPU has a high clock rate, so most, the highest temperature is probably going to be like Celsius, maybe. I don't
yeah,
think
listen,
like
dude.
100 or so.
Listen, dude. The 500 series gets pretty fucking hot, dude. It's not as efficient. There's more power. The more power that hardware uses, the more heat it's gonna generate. It has nothing to do with the clock speed. So listen, 1080 clock speed, I get this thing over 2,000 megahertz. Since it's so efficient on the power, it only eats like 150 watts. They don't get very hot because they're very efficient. Damn.
Yeah,
I mean,
you have a newer GPU.
I'm trying to give you an example because from your thinking there, you're thinking it's because it has a lower clock speed, it's not gonna get as hot. That's completely false. That's why I was telling you that. It's all about efficiency and how much power the GPU. The more power, the more heat it's gonna generate. Right, that's why I'm telling you that. But like my last SLI system, no, 690s. This thing's ate up over 600 watts of power. This thing's got very fucking hot. Very fucking hot. You like fry an egg on top of those fucking things. At least Nvidia made them well with actual metal components so they can actually take the heat. Nice. Guarantee if those things are made of plastic, that shit would have fucking melted. It got so fucking hot. Because we're running 4 GPUs at a time, on all that wattage, it's going to generate lots of heat. Watts going to generate. It's nothing to do with clock speed. That's what I was trying to explain to you, Blaze, and you said 560 Ti has a low clock speed, therefore it's not going to get as hot. I'm trying to correct you on. 500 series eat up a lot of power. They actually get quite hot. In the 400 series, even less efficient than 500 series. They use even more wattage. They got a little bit hotter. Because that's the cool thing when technology advances. Like efficient, they use less power, they generate less heat, but they can achieve higher clock speeds without getting too much heat. Because wattage. That's why they get much more performance. On top of having a brand new architecture that plays a different role. Damn. That's the cool thing. Technology efficient, uses less power, but performance. That's a good thing. That's the direction we're going to go. You know?
Okay, well, MSI Afterburner's up.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for the combustor to finish downloading.
You understand what I'm talking about, right? I'm just trying to educate you a little. That's all.
Yeah, I know. I got you.
Tyler, you still listening?
Yeah.
You ain't doing nothing. I honestly was thinking about making a separate YouTube channel just for tech related stuff, you know, like benchmarking, our review on products and shit. I mean, I could do shit like that. You know?
Yeah, dude. I would watch them.
Problem is though, is that I wish I had the money to do shit like that. I like to all these different CPUs to test, you know, and give benchmarks. Not like I can go out.
Okay, so I got
It's not like I can go out. It's not like I can go out right now and buy like a 2080 Ti, a Titan XP, or like GTX 980 Ti, and just have shit to test. No, it's gonna cost money.
Right.
What you say?
That's when sponsorships come in handy.
Yeah, exactly. It's not that easy getting fucking sponsored when you're a small ass channel.
So I got
Yeah.
Afterburner up and Combustor up now.
Yeah, make sure when the game's run, make sure you have the hotkey set up so you can close your on-screen display. So like when you're in game, it's just open the screen, temperature, the usage, all that good stuff.
Okay.
If you come to my stream, I can show you exactly what I'm talking about.
Well, since I have no idea what you're talking about, let me go.
Yeah, go to my stream. I'll show you exactly what the on-screen display looks like. I'm running Left 4 Dead 2 in the top corner. You see the on-screen display. So, see my frame rate, which is locked at 1 second because I'm going above my monitor's refresh rate.
Oh, okay, I see it. Your sub counter thing is in the way, but I see it.
Disable that.
Yeah, I see the. Yeah. Yeah, I see the GPU MSM.
I mean, that's how I have it set up. I mean, you can add whatever settings you want to the on-screen display. Like you can have it just show the the frames per second only. I want a bit more information now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I got these two apps up. Let me open the game. Right, let me boot up real quick.
Man, make sure you have the hotkey set up so you can show it and unshow it on screen. Like if you're playing, you just want to for seconds. Just disable it if you want to look at it. Playing.
Okay.
Hotkeys.
How do I set up the hotkey? I've never set up.
Oh yeah, just go click on the little cogwheel. That's how Afterburner. Open up the settings. Right here, I'll show you on. Look on my stream, deal. I'll show you on the stream.
Okay, I got the settings up on the thing.
Look at my desktop. I'll show you. Like that motherfucking skin. once after the delay, you'll see.
Oh shit! You have yours is a different color than mine. It's just like all gray and shit.
I mean, yeah, you can download different skins for it, like from the site.
Oh, okay.
And the little cogwheel, like I said, on-screen display. Okay, where it says no global on-screen display hotkeys, so we can change the hotkeys. Monitoring. Monitoring. This is where you can, have whatever you want to show on-screen display. See on mine, properties in OSD. That means that like GPU temperature, that's gonna be in it. I'm looking usage and OSD, fan speed, OSD. Everything that doesn't say in OSD is not gonna show up. You can make it show up if you want to. It's gonna be cluttered. It's up to you. I said the essentials.
Okay.
So this is where you can set that up. Have whatever you want to show.
So I got that up. I got monitoring up. It's showing GPU 2 usage, GPU 1 FB use, GPU 2 FB usage. GPU
Honestly, since you have SLI disabled, I would just worry about the one GPU.
So GPU 1 temperature.
1 temperature, 1 usage.
Okay. So
Enable those. Enable the core clock, no clock, usage.
Hold on. So it's highlighted in blue. So you scroll down the rest of the list.
Yeah, when you highlight it, if you go like where it says graph columns on that, where it says show on-screen display check mark. Highlight the setting you want to use down here. Let's see, on-screen check mark.
Okay, yeah, because it's highlighted and it has a check.
Yeah, that's just to enable it or disable it. Click on it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find that on-screen display thing that you're talking about, but I don't see it here. All I see is graph columns. That's just showing one.
Oh yeah, it's underneath graph column. See it. Say show an on-screen display and put a check mark. streams.
Let's see. Okay, yeah. I'm not. I don't see that on my side though. All I see is show in Logitech keyboard LCD display or show in tray icon. That's all I see under that. I don't see the show in on-screen display option. That's not that on my side. Yeah. And the Afterburner that I downloaded was the latest version too. Yeah.
I guess you can try the check marks. Just uncheck mark everything and check mark the options you want.
Okay.
Make sure you set
Big
your hotkey. Set your hotkey too.
Big ass list that I have to uncheck.
Yeah, I just want to show you. Raise
Okay.
you over 100 megahertz. I mean that's what's gonna boost up to. Maximize the performance. Intensive games, high ass clock speed. That's why I've overclocked to it. By the way, this is the voltage frequency curve editor. Is it's Control F. That's the hotkey to open. I wouldn't fuck with it. Just don't fuck with it.
Okay, so I got the stuff that I need checked. So how do I set up that hotkey thing again?
It just shows you, dude. Tab right next to it.
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe I have on-screen
Oh,
display.
the profile thing.
Monitoring,
Okay.
right ahead you go to an on-screen display tab. Underneath global on-screen display hotkeys that we can set up. On screen.
Yeah, I don't have that tab. The only tabs I got on my side: general, monitoring, profiles, and user interface. That's all I got. On the profile tab, it's showing hardware settings, monitoring, global profile. It's showing 5 profiles.
Now what's underneath monitoring? Scroll to the bottom of monitoring. Do you see anything about hotkeys?
You see.
Yeah, 'cause I have an older
Hotkey.
version. I have an older version of MSI Afterburn. I have updated the layout.
Okay, so at the very bottom, it shows global live hotkeys. It's showing begin logging, end logging. Inside the box.
Want
That's
that? Yeah, is there anything else about hotkeys above that? Like any other sections?
a section above that is hardware monitoring, history, and logging properties. Above that is just GPU usage graph, override group name, override showing tray item.
Well,
That's about it.
if I remember correctly, I think F1, F2, default hotkeys on screen. If I remember correctly. Because what are your tabs again? Monitoring,
General, fan, monitoring, profiles, and user interface.
Hey, go user interface. What's on there?
Showing show user interface tooltips, show user interface hints, language, temperature format, Celsius, Fahrenheit. MSI, the scanner, whatever, position mode, transparency. Just the thing for the app, is it's pretty much what it's showing here. The program, I mean, not the. That's pretty much it.
And then tab next to it. I mean, let's go through the tabs and try to find something that says like on-screen display hotkeys. It has to be there, dude. It has to be. Gotta find on one of those tabs. Or that it's not. Damn sense.
If it's a hotkey thing, it'll probably be in the profiles one.
Try profiles
But
tab.
just in profiles right now, I have it clicked. All it's showing is hardware settings, monitoring settings. It's just showing profile 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And above that, like grade stuff, it says global profile hotkeys. All it's showing the profiles tab.
Hey, which version is your MSI Afterburn? Version J. Went down to the latest
Where,
version. Because I'm
where do I
right now I'm
check
on.
that, by the way?
It just if you look on my stream right now, you'll see it right here at the bottom. Bottom left hand above the graph.
Oh, okay, let me see. Showing 4.5 points.
Yeah, so I'm on 4.42. I'm on or still I just didn't see a reason to update it. It's just I wanted to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll download the latest version now though.
Shit, honestly, I would have just said like, shit, let's just set up TeamViewer or some shit.
My team viewer.
Yeah, I don't know. So you could have a better look, I guess.
It's true.
So you wouldn't be like, what the fuck? Every time I tell you something here. When I was trying to mess with the overclocks for the MSI Afterburn earlier, I was able to get to 945 without it getting like a black screen.
Yeah, but listen, dude. You overclock it too high and raise the wattage, and it's gonna generate more. It's gonna generate more power, which means it's gonna generate more heat. Try to get the highest overclock you can, but if the temperatures are bad, it's gonna down throttle. You're gonna get lower clocks. People realize that. Temperatures are very important, dude. Now we shit later. That crap. Hopefully I have to install. Hopefully I do not have to install skinning. I don't think so. It should be. See, I'm on 4.5. So I'm again on screen display tab, dude. 5, so
Hmm. I guess it's just different for my cards. Yep. It's probably just
oh,
different from my
is
cards.
rather my